Thank you again for joining me in yet another exercise in which I will be reading you a paragraph, such as the one behind me to my left, and embedded within the paragraph will be errors potentially related to grammar, punctuation, and so forth, so just keep that in mind as you listen to it read. Afterwards, I'm going to step out of frame and ask that you pause the video to make your corrections independently and resume so that we can correct them together. I'm going to go ahead and start by reading at the beginning. So, as white intruders, and we're talking about the Civil War, so just bear that in mind. So, as white intruders continued to break treaty agreements and move onto sacred lands in Montana's Black Hills, Native American warriors gathered to fight for their land. Custer's cavalry troops had been active in battles against the Indians throughout the spring of 1876. In the early summer, Custer was asked to lead his troops on a mission to find and defeat the Sioux and Cheyenne warriors who were defending their lands. All right, go ahead and pause the video and make your corrections. All right, I am moving, so you've hit play. Let's go ahead and correct together. So as white intruders continue to break treaty agreements, and yes, we're referring to this group of people, we're identifying them as by their race, or in this case, their skin color, excuse me. You would think to capitalize it as it's like a title or a name, but in this case, we treat it as a general noun, just like as a regular color. So as white intruders, even though it's the type of intruder, right, continue to break treaty agreements, you need the double vowel, so we're gonna go ahead and double up that E, agreements, and move on to sacred lands in Montana's Black Hills. We're not talking about a plurality of the Montanas. Instead, we're talking about the possessive. So it's the Black Hills in Montana. We're going to go ahead and add the apostrophe before the S and capitalize the M in Montana since it's the name of a state. Black Hills, hills being a part of that title, which means we're going to go ahead and capitalize it. I'm sorry, I lost my spot. I move on to sacred lands in Montana's Black Hills, comma, Native Americans, please capitalize that, it's a part of the title. American warriors gathered to fight for their land. Here, this there refers to a position in space. Instead, we're looking for the possessive form of they, which is E-I-R, their land, period. Custers, there's not a multitude of custers in possession of something, so we're gonna go ahead and shift that apostrophe to the left of the S, because it's his cavalry, right? Custer's cavalry troops had been active in battles against the Indians throughout. Can exist separately. However, the word I intend to use is a compound word. So we're going to go ahead and link the two throughout. So I'm going to go ahead and just draw that arrow to force them together. The spring of 1876. And for me, I like to capitalize the name of the season, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Next sentence starts with in, that preposition. In the early summer, I'm going to go ahead and capitalize it. Not necessary, but personally, I treat these as the name of a season, so I always capitalize them. Comma, Custer, that is his surname, so please capitalize it, was asked to lead his troops on a mission to find and defeat, double E, no, we're looking for the E-A, defeats the Sioux, capitalize it, it's the name of a tribe, as well as Cheyenne, please capitalize that, warriors who were defending their lands, period. Okay, and of course, if you disagree, please feel free to let me know what you're disagreeing with in the comment section below. If you found it helpful, please give it a like and subscribe if you'd like to continue to practice with me. Thank you.